Ladies and gentlemen, this is Envoy of Kairos returning to you for a reaction to a wonderful new series. So, you can probably already see the title. Yes, it's Loki. And I am absolutely looking forward to this. I'm also going to have a Loki bingo card sitting up in this corner here. So, on the bingo card, let's see what all we've got, because this thing is a doozy. So, top corner, I've got the Living Tribunal. If you're a true Marvel fan, you know what that is. Also have the Ancient One. If we're dealing with time travel, I get the feeling the Eye of Agamotto is going to come up at some point. Then we have Deadpool. We're doing multiversal shit. Deadpool showing up would be absolutely amazing. Likely, probably not. Amazing, most certainly. Then, Loki getting his scepter back. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up in a timeline where he could get his hands on his scepter. Confused Thor. Loki running into another version of Thor. Even potentially one post Loki's death would be great, and if you ask me, probably pretty likely. Infinity Stones, they gotta show up at some point. Agent Coulson. Loki has a bit of a history with Coulson, so running into him again would be wonderful. Kang the Conqueror. There's already suggestions that he's going to end up becoming part of the MCU. And I would absolutely love to see him introduced on our first dive into the multiverse. Surprise new character. Very likely. They always throw in little shocking additions. Loki reincarnates for Miss Marvel. If you've read any of those comics, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Loki witnesses the snap. Having him see what went down after his death in the future would be beautiful and would probably result in a pretty huge character change for him. Get help. If you've seen Ragnarok, you know. Free space is, of course, backstab. Loki with guns. He's begging for weapons. You got people with guns all over the place. This is practically a spy-based series. Loki using a gun at some point just kind of makes sense. Alternate Avengers. Again, timeline shifts, potential of stuff that would be, you know, sort of hints as to the kind of stuff we're getting in the What If series coming up. Then, Illusion cliff jump kill. You know, put an illusion of himself right at the edge of a cliff, somebody leaps to kill him and throws themselves off. Kind of a Loki staple. Alternate Black Widow. Already hinted at in the trailer. We can't be certain, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get her. Heimdall. We're going to get a timeline where Heimdall's alive, I'm sure. Loki sees his own death. Quite possible. The plane jump from the trailer is Loki standing in for D.B. Cooper. Oddly enough, people have been comparing pictures of Tom Hiddleston with his haircut in that scene to actual sketches of D.B. Cooper, and yeah, it's very, very similar. So that seems like a very likely thing to me. Doctor Strange. Again, we're dealing with time travel and multiverse shit. Thanos Aftermath. Again, showing Loki that would be a huge character moment for him. Matt Damon Loki returning from Thor Ragnarok. That would just be a great little reference. Didn't I already kill you? Again, that would go great with running into Agent Coulson. And, of course, Doppelganger Vicious Mockery. Just him becoming somebody and mocking the shit out of somebody. I'd say these are all relatively safe picks. Save for the reincarnation, Coulson, Kang. You know, there's a couple here that are a little rough. But I feel like I'm probably going to get bingo at some point with this list. But for now, enough of the bingo. Let's get into the show. Obviously, I'm going to have to cut a lot because, copyright bullshit. But let's get into this and see what footage I do salvage. Ah, I see we're jumping into Okay, we're starting off with this Loki's scenes from Endgame.
I mean, honestly.
And right off the bat, we get the vicious mockery. And we're cutting to Loki in a desert. As was suggested by the trailer, he just randomly warped himself to some desert somewhere. The Gobi Desert. Okay. And the Time Variance Agency is already here. Ooh. Nice slow-mo. Oh god, they actually slowed him down.
1/16th speed, but feeling all that pain in real time.
Oh, that's gotta suck. That's some real fucked time dilation.
Reset the timeline.
Destroying an entire timeline. That's a little sinister. And they rewound him back to her side. Wow.
Oh, can you at least tell me what it is?
It's the Tesseract. Be very careful with it.
Sounds dumb.
Wow.
I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you up before you stand trial for your crimes.
Well, hello,
So
Tara
let's
Strong.
not waste Now, the timekeepers protect and preserve the proper flow of time for everyone and everything.
Timekeeper's
But
gonna die by the
sometimes
end of this.
people like you.
And he was just erased for non-compliance. Okay, we're getting more police brutality shit in this, and the timekeepers are gonna die by the end of this.
It's best done.
Oh, that's Mephisto on the window.
That's quite an accusation.
Oh, believe me, you can smell the cologne of two Tony Starks. You speak of time criminals? It's they you should be after. Perhaps you could provide
That's a
me
wonderful
with a
point.
task force?
That is incredible. And the 60s sci-fi aesthetic is nice.
This place is a nightmare.
That's another department. Now that department I'll help you burn down.
I agree with Loki that it's absurd. Because it is absurd. And it's going to end by the end of the show. The multiverse is going to expand.
Like a killing me.
The first and most oppressive lie ever uttered was the Song of Freedom.
How's that one go?
For nearly every living thing, choice breeds shame and uncertainty and regret. There's a fork in every road, yet the wrong path always taken.
Good.
Major hypocrisy here on Loki's part, and I think he's going to have to realize that by the end of this show. He's calling out the timekeepers for manipulating every life in the universe to contain the timeline, while he's saying he wants to be the king of the universe and saying that freedom is a lie and that people are best ruled and manipulated. Loki's hypocrisy has always been a major thing, and they're really homing in on it here, and that's definitely going to become a major plot element moving forward. Oh, Phil.
Miss,
Yes, Mr. Cooper.
you might want to take a look at that note.
D.B. Cooper!
I have a bomb.
I was right, and this is before the Time Variance Agency. Loki was D.B. Cooper.
How this has any...
I don't believe you. Do you enjoy killing?
I'll kill you.
What, like you did your mother? Sorry, the time twister just loops you, not the furniture.
this right here is, he's making the motivation for his own villain. He's hunting a villainous version of Loki that is going out of its way to create new timelines and ruin the TVA's authority and plan. Because he just fucking hates them and their entire concept on principle. They're painting this version of Loki that he's hunting as a villain when really he's more of an anti-hero who's looking to free the universe from their control and restore the concept of freedom. Oh, there's something else. What the fuck? That's copies of practically every stone there. What the fuck? But the stones can't do anything here. Their power is nullified in the TVA because it's outside the universe that the stones were made for. And he sees his own death. Oh, now he's just fucking with her for the hell of it.
Stop! Someone's out there.
They used that as bait. They set up an unseeming timeline event as bait. The oil was spread to make a sign and burn them all. And they never got to set the charge, and he stole the charge. We didn't get to see his face, which has me wondering if that was really Loki. Okay, so let's check the bingo card, shall we? So we had Agent Coulson shown in a flashback scene, but I'm not going to count that because we didn't see the actual him. Infinity Stones we got. He didn't see the snap. No backstab yet, but it'll happen eventually. So let's see. We got the Infinity Stones, DB Cooper, seeing his own death. So that's 3 so far just in episode 1, and there's a lot of time yet. Far from having bingo, but it's progress. And actually, we got 2 of them in a line that looks very likely to be completed. So, overall, I'm very happy with this first episode. I've been a big Marvel fan for so long. I've seen every single entry in the series. And I can't wait to see where this goes, because clearly it's going to get a bit darker than we expected, but it's still definitely got us the Loki sense of humor that we were looking forward to. The plot is also looking to be a little bigger than I expected. A lot of people were just expecting, you know, a spy sort of story. But instead, he's going to be hunting. Instead, he's going to be hunting himself. And that's going to be real interesting. But I'm still also kind of expecting that it's going to turn out to not be Loki. It's going to be someone... It's going to be someone using Loki as a front. Well, for now, this is Envoy of Kairos. Ugh. Suddenly yawning because I basically rolled straight out of bed, grabbed a shower, and started recording. This is Envoy of Kairos signing out. and I'll see you all again next week for another episode. Right after I finish reporting E3. Later, guys.